Donald Trump has signed an executive order that aims to significantly alter American voter registration processes. The order introduces restrictive measures that could potentially affect millions of citizens. It amends the federal voter registration form to require proof of citizenship to vote, demanding documentary proof such as a passport for eligibility in federal elections. The order also empowers federal agencies to cut funding to states deemed non-compliant and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute election crimes. Additionally, the measure seeks to prevent states from accepting mail-in ballots after Election Day, regardless of their mailing date. Many provisions within the order are expected to face legal challenges due to their constitutionality. The U.S. Constitution grants states and Congress the authority to set rules for elections, not the President. Republicans have previously attempted to add a citizenship question to the federal form but were blocked by the courts. A notable case in 2013 saw the U.S. Supreme Court rule 7-2 against Arizona's requirement for proof of citizenship in federal elections, leaving the power to set requirements to the Bipartisan Election Assistance Commission. The order parallels the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, currently in Congress, which would require Americans to prove citizenship in person, potentially eliminating mail-in and online voter registration in 42 states, the District of Columbia, and Guam. These actions may make voting more challenging for Americans. According to the State Department, fewer than half of all Americans have a valid passport, and nearly 69 million women who've changed their names could struggle with matching documentation, as noted by the Center for American Progress. Kansas implemented a law similar between 2013 and 2016, jeopardizing the registration of 30,000 eligible voters. Furthermore, the Center for Democracy and Civic Engagement reported that approximately 21 million voting-age Americans, or about 9% of the population, do not possess a current valid ID. Despite Trump's assertions of widespread election fraud, federal law already prohibits non-citizens from voting, with penalties including up to 5 years in prison. Current election systems use multiple federal databases to verify voter eligibility. Following the 2024 elections, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Director Jen Easterly stated that the nation's elections infrastructure had never been more secure, emphasizing safe, secure, free, and fair elections for the American people. Trump framed the order as essential for approving the election process, describing the country as sick from fake elections. He hinted at additional steps to be taken regarding electoral processes in the coming weeks. This action aligns with Trump's long-standing efforts to reshape Democratic participation, reminiscent of his 2020 memo to exclude non-citizens from census counts used for congressional districts. This approach represents a potentially transformative and controversial method of defining voter eligibility and access to ballots. The Republican National Committee has embarked on a substantial initiative to investigate voter registration list maintenance across the nation. This week, the committee submitted public records requests to 48 states and Washington, D.C., emphasizing the importance of transparency regarding how states remove ineligible individuals, including deceased persons and non-citizens, from their voter rolls. Trump's executive order mandates that the Secretary of Homeland Security ensure states have access to systems that verify the citizenship or immigration status of individuals registering to vote. Moreover, it instructs the Department of Homeland Security, along with an administrator from the newly established the Department of Government Efficiency, overseen by Elon Musk, to review states' registration lists. This review may involve the use of subpoenas if necessary to ensure compliance with federal requirements. On Tuesday, the RNC confirmed that it had requested the public records. So, as always, this is more about not voting than voting. It's a flat-out attempt to just disenfranchise everybody. Republicans want elections like they have in Russia. They want to win by 98% because it's illegal to vote against them. And, this is the end of democracy if it stands. 80 million people didn't vote. You might not do politics, but politics is doing you, buddy. And 77 million of you brought this shit on. Every day is a blatant, bold, corrupt new low. And it'll be a fucking miracle if we're not slaughtering protesters in the streets and living under martial law before the midterms anyway. So it's pretty much a moot point. If you speak the truth, you're always right. I'll see you in hell.